It's hardly a secret that Sonic has been on a long and rather sad decline for quite some time now. Now, that's not to say there haven't been decent Sonic games in the last few years. For example, Sonic Generations was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed that myself. I actually enjoyed the 3D levels as much as the 2D levels, and while the hub area could pretty much do one, it was a pretty good game, and it of course had some flaws, but it was way better than most of the Sonic games that we'd had up until that point. But sadly, since then, the games have kind of gone back to the usual standard of oh dear. And following the poor reception of recent games such as Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, Sega has promised fans that they can, quote, look forward to a greater focus on quality. Now, these comments actually come from Chris Olsen, who is Sega of America's Chief Operating Officer, who spoke to Polygon about the reception of some of their more recent Sonic games, and quote, Sega wants to bring Sonic to where the gamers are, and apparently those gamers are skewing younger, and basically pointed to a Cartoon Network TV series upon which the game was based. And he did go on to recognise that, quotes, there's still a very large-sized audience with old school Sonic fans who grew up with the Genesis, and well, in an effort to satisfy newer fans, the recent titles just didn't hit the mark with those of us who've grown up with Sonic. Now, he went on to say, quote, we have an obligation to the fans of Sonic and the consumer. So basically they're going to continue to evaluate different ways to bring us cool experiences, but they're going to be basically trying to give us quality as well as quote unquote cool. Now, Olsen actually specifically oversees the Western market's mobile sector and actually compared the smartphone market to that of console games regarding how Sega is actually planning to regain consumer trust. And he went on to say, quote, the business is always a conflict of weighing bringing in a title to market and making the yearly plan versus maybe waiting and bringing something else. You can see that on the mobile side of things, in the early days of mobile development, there was a tendency to bring things out immediately. Those days are gone. Consumer expectations have been raised. So what does that actually mean in plain English and not PR speak? Well, basically it means that they're going to be slowing down the release schedule for Sonic. And basically they want to bring out more polished games rather than rushing them out, which is probably for the best because, well, they don't really seem to acknowledge what the main problem was. Yes, the changes that they've made and how they seem to have completely forgotten what made Sonic good in the first place are definitely factors in the recent reception to Sonic games, but I think the fact they're also buggy and really poorly optimised and just generally not very good when it comes to the development side of things probably had a significant factor as well. Now what's strange is that while he seems to recognise that perhaps leaving old gamers who grew up with Sonic in the dust is perhaps a bad thing, he then seems to contradict himself with a further comment, basically saying they wouldn't necessarily cater to long-time Sonic fans in order to attempt to increase quality. And he said, quote, when we look at bringing Sonic to modern day gamers, we obviously want to appeal to as many people as possible, but still focus on what it means to be Sonic and a Sonic game. Maybe that might lose some fans along the road, but we're picking up new fans that will hopefully grow with us as Sonic grows. So, yeah, a bit of a contradiction there, but he doesn't seem to really recognise that, hey, maybe rushing the games out was a major factor as well as all the changes you've made and all these bad games that just were bad in gameplay were also bad in other ways in terms of bugs and whatnot. So, will they actually release a decent Sonic game again? I hope so. I would like to definitely get my hands on a decent Sonic game. I'll probably play it if it's actually good, but I don't buy a Sonic game anymore unless I hear that it's actually good, which is what happened with Sonic Generations, and I haven't played one since, so there you go. Hopefully they actually stick to this, but I'm not holding my breath, and I don't think many people watching this video or hearing about this news are going to be holding their breath either. We've heard this story before from Sega, so best to just wait and see if they actually deliver this time. I kind of doubt it, but I hope so. Regardless of all that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.